A very good evening to all the viewers once again on Disruptive Education live session with Getty or Global Education and Training Institute. And today we have with us Miss Shazia Siqqiqui from Bhopal, an educator in Bal Bhavan School, a passionate educator with 16 years of experience. She also provides free education to the children who are really willing to learn, but due to some or the other reasons, they cannot. So she's the one who is providing free education to the children and is teaching from grades nursery till 12. And she has taught in various brand schools of Bhopal. And she has also received many teacher awards for 4 consecutive years and also received various teaching learning certificates. So today she'll be talking about the cornerstone of 21st century education system. So when it comes to 21st century learning, it becomes increasingly clear that this is the new approach to education is not just changing the way that students learn, but the way that educators teach. So without taking much time, I request ma'am to take over the session. Audience is all yours. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Prerna. First of all, thank you so much to all the audience, those who are attending this session, taking out their precious time and attending this session. Thank you all. Thank you, Miss Prerna, for acknowledging me so nicely. Though I am a very small part of this huge education system. I would like to thank Global Education and Training Institute for giving me this opportunity to share my views on this big platform. So thank you all. Without wasting any further time, let's come to the topic of discussion. As Prerna has already informed you all that the topic is the cornerstone of 21st century education system. So let's begin here. Prerna, can you see my screen share? Hello, Miss Prerna. Prerna, can you hear me?
Not yet.
Not yet. I think there is some issue.
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. It's not there on the screen.
Yeah, there is some issue. I cannot share my screen over here. Okay, here it is. Can you see Prerna now?
Yes, it's there now.
Thank you so much. So sorry for the delay. Let's start. Our topic of the day is cornerstone of 21st century education system. Yes, with the onset of 21st century education system, the whole globe has witnessed through an era of intense transformation. Whether it is society, whether it is technology, whether it is education, the whole society has been changed. And nowadays, as you all know, that our globe is going through, the entire globe is going through a pandemic. And this pandemic has given us a lot of challenges, right? It is giving us a lot of challenges in many ways. But as it is rightly said, that you and I possess within ourselves at every moment of life, under all circumstances, the power to transfer quality of our life. Yes, we as a individual have this power inside us to transform our life from negative to positive. Though there is a lot of negativity spreading around, negativity in the form of disease, negativity in the form of economy, lot of confusion is there कि what is going to happen, क्या होगा इस corona में, whether we will be affected or not. But why not to take this pandemic in a positive way? I have seen many people taking this pandemic in a very nasty way. But why to take it like this? Why not in a positive way? Now you must be thinking कि कैसे ले सकते हैं हम इस पेंडेमिक को पॉजिटिव वे में, राइट? बट वी कैन, बिलीव मी, वी कैन टेक इट इन अ पॉजिटिव वे. हाउ वी कैन टेक इट? वी कैन टेक इट एज इफ द पेंडेमिक जो हमें चैलेंजेस दे रहा है, we are going through that pandemic and we are learning. Yes, each and every part of the society is learning. The major part of the society, let's talk about the major portions of the society. So first of all, we'll talk about the teachers. So teachers, how they used to teach before. The kids are physically present in front of the teacher in the classroom. The blackboard is there, the chalk is there, all the props are ready. Physically, the teacher is there in front of the kids. She can control the kids in a very well mannered, right? She can see the expressions of the kids. But that is the formal classroom way. But all of a sudden, without any information, without any planning, this has been changed because of the pandemic. The kids cannot come to the school. Even the teacher cannot go and teach the kids at home or in the school. So this bring into the virtual classroom. टीचर को एकदम से वर्चुअल क्लासरूम लेना पड़ा. नाउ टीचर इज अ टीचर, शी इज नॉट अ टेक्निकल पर्सन. मे बी देर आर सम टीचर हु डजंट नो हाउ टू ऑपरेट अ गैजेट or who doesn't know how to operate an application. So but what is happening here? The teacher is learning. Yes, the teacher knows how to teach, but she doesn't know how to use the gadget and application. So here she is learning. She and he is becoming, or he is becoming, a technical person too. Yes, the teachers are also learning. Now let's come to the next important part of the society, are the parent. Right? Parents are the most important part of the society because they are handling the future of the society, the kids, right? And parent, I know they are under tremendous pressure for the education of their kids. How, what will happen, how it will be done, क्या होगा मेरे बच्चे का, what will be the result, everything, virtual classes, oh my god, it's a headache, right? But still, after all this negativity, they are also learning. How they are learning? Maybe there are some parents, again, in the same way, they doesn't know how to use the technology. They doesn't know how to use the gadget. They doesn't know how to use the software. So here also the same thing. They are learning to use the various application which will help the kids to learn. They are using the various gadget, how to operate the gadget. One more thing that the parents are learning, because the teacher know how to teach the concepts in the class, but parents, they teach in their own way. But now, by seeing the teacher, the parents are learning how to teach the concept to the kids. So here also, the parents are also learning. Now let's come to the most important part of the society, the future of our globe, our kids. And they are the 21st century kids. They are born with the gadget. Yes, believe me, my dear audience, these 21st century kids are so smart that if you give any of the gadget, mobile, tablet, anything to 2 to 3 year old child, he or she knows how to operate that gadget, and you'll be surprised that the child will tell you how to operate that gadget without even asking you. And you'll be surprised how the child knows all these things. You haven't taught the child, because they are from the 21st century world. But what are they learning then? When they know how to use the gadget, what are they learning? They might be using the gadget before for just playing the games, for just watching some cartoons or watching something else, right? But now they are learning how to use this gadget in a constructive way. They are learning how to use this gadget in a constructive way, in a positive way. They are using the gadget maybe to study, maybe to form a project, maybe to form to do the homework or classwork. So they are learning. So all the sections of the society are learning, and this is one of the most positive thing during this pandemic time. So let's go further and see what the 21st century world is, what type of challenges the 21st century world is throwing on us. What kind of challenges are there in the 21st century world to deal with? First of all, the 21st century world is globally active. Now, what is the meaning of globally active? The globally active citizen empowers others and improve their lives. Yes, they are not just concerned about themselves, they are concerned about the whole society. One country is concerned about the other country. They are concerned about the whole society. They know they are responsible enough. The world is responsible enough. Each and every citizen is responsible enough and knows that yes, my single act is going to affect the society. मेरा एक भी act जो मैं करूँगा वो society को affect करेगा, and I have to work for the upliftment of the society, for the upliftment of my globe or my world or my country. So this is a globally active world. Digitally transforming. Yes, the world is transforming digitally. Maybe they are adapting a new technology, or if they have already been adapted the technology, maybe they are modifying the technology. Okay, just a simple example of that. Before we need to carry our laptop with us while going to the office, but now we are having a tablet. This is a tablet or an iPad. This is a digitally transforming world. Now, collaboratively moving forward. We all are moving forward. We are born to move forward. Okay, but collaboratively. What is collaboratively? Together. The whole world together is concerned about one particular thing nowadays. It's a very big example. What is that thing? It's corona. It's COVID-19. They're concerned about COVID-19, and each and every country is collaborating with each other. Why? Just to find out the vaccination and just to find out the medicine for this COVID. This is one of the best example of collaboratively moving forward world. Creatively progressing. सब प्रोग्रेस कर रहे हैं, yes, कर रहे हैं, but why to copy and paste? Why not to be creative? Yes, the stuff is there with you, the problems are there with you, the conditions are there with you. Adapt the conditions, adapt those problems, be creative in your ways, think about those situations, those conditions, be creative, and then lead further. This is a creatively progressing world. Seeking competent human resources. Yes. Best person on a best place, working place. The example for this I can give, I can take the example of a child. If a child is good in art and craft, अगर वो art and craft में good है, बहुत अच्छा है, excellate कर रहा है, but what the teacher does? No, you just go and sing a song. जो ड्राइंग में अच्छा बच्चा है वो सॉन्ग कैसे सिंग करेगा? So he or she has to be in the drawing competition, not in the music competition. So this is seeking competent human resources. Quick and adapting changes. Yes, the changes now. What happened? The pandemic, the corona Did we plan it? Do we plan it? हमने plan करा था, बिना plan करे ये आ गया. But those who are adapting these changes, the challenges of this pandemic, will survive and will grow. Those who will not, then so now let's come to the next part, that is the skill of 21st century. The challenges that the 21st century world is throwing on us, we need certain skill to cope up with those challenges. Now, what are the skills that are there in the 21st century world? First of all, it is critical thinking and problem solving. Yes, you need to think critically. You need to analyze the problem. You need to think about the problem. You need to communicate about the problem with each other and then solve the problem. Think about it. Take the views of the others and solve the problem. This is critical and thinking and problem solving. Collaboration and leadership. Leadership, everybody has a leadership quality, right? But leadership quality with collaboration works as a magic. You need to take all the individuals together, and then maybe you will lead for the society, for one section of the society, or for one part of a society. Maybe you will lead with the collaboration while taking all the peoples together, right? Next is adaptability. What is adaptability? To adopt the situation, to adopt the changes, adapt the changes and adapt the situation that is being forced on you, or that has been just come randomly on you without planning. You need to adapt it. Initiative. Yes, you need to take the initiative. आपको initiative लेना है. You have to take the initiative to do the work, to perform the work. Effective oral and written communication. It is well said, okay? You can always understand the individual or the person when you communicate with that person. Without communication, you cannot understand the situation or the person that you're dealing with. So you need to have effective communication, and communication is not only in an oral form, but it has to be in a written form also. Then accessing and analyzing information. Whatever information you're getting, maybe from media, from any type of media or sources, you need to analyze that information कि जो मुझे information मिल रही है कितनी correct है, how correct is the information, how genuine is the information. That is accessing and analyzing the information. Curiosity and imagination. Yes, as it is wisely said that curiosity is the mother of invention. Curiosity जब तक आप में नहीं है, the best example is why I have the audience for me, why you people are listening to me, because you have the curiosity to learn new thing. That's why you are sitting here. So this has to be there in the 21st century world to cope up with the 21st century world challenges. Now, let's see the skills in the form of a flowchart way. This has been divided into 3 categories, that is learning skill, literacy skills, and life skills. Learning skill consists of 4 C's. We are going to see it in detail. What is this 4 C's? Literacy skill is IMT. Again, we are going to discuss this IMT in details. Life skill is flip. Now, let's come to the broader concept of this 21st century skill. As I have said, there are 3 skills: learning skill, literacy skill, and life skill. So, learning skill consists of critical thinking, communication, creativity, collaboration. This is 4 C's. Literacy skill consists of information literacy, media literacy, and technology literacy. And life skill consists of leadership, flexibility, productivity, social skill. All these are the life skills. Let's talk about the learning skill first. As I have said, learning skill consists of 4 C's. 4 C's are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. Now, let's take this skill, this 4 C's, one by one. learning can never be stopped. हम learn जब तक करते रहेंगे जब तक we are there in the world, no matter of the age. And learning is not only to go to the school and learn, right? We can learn from anywhere and in any atmosphere. We can learn day to day things also. We are learning, so learning will never stop. Learning skills, now let's see in detail. First is critical thinking. अब क्या है ये critical thinking? How the person can think critically? ये होता क्या है? Let's see क्या होता है critical thinking skill. Critical thinking skill is whatever situation you are having, or whatever problem you are having, or whatever task a teacher has given to you, right? You need to analyze that first. कि क्या task है? After analyzing it, you need to communicate with your group, with your colleagues. If you are talking about students, the students need to communicate with the group. If you're talking about teachers, they need to communicate with the colleagues, with the management maybe. And then to accept the views of the others, respect the views of the others is the open-mindedness. You are having some different views. Your friends or your colleagues are having some different views. So accept all the views. Understand each and every person who is explaining you or who is putting on the views with open-mindedness, and then collaboratively solve the problem. Use your creative mind, use your friends or colleagues' creative mind to solve the problem. This is the critical thinking, right? One example, if I'll give, a teacher can do this critical thinking skill, practice this critical thinking skill in the classroom also. The example of this is riddles. Let's take a riddle. आपने एक riddle बताई. Child will think critically कि okay, ma'am is asking this, तो इसका answer क्या होगा? So this is the best example of critical thinking is the riddle. The teacher can practice it in the classroom. Next C is creativity. Creative, how creative you are. You are having some particular situation or some particular task with you. आप ये नहीं देखेंगे कि what the other person is doing, how the other person is completing the task. Use your imagination. Use your ideas for the task. That is your creativity. Now creativity can be in the classroom, can be done with all the subjects. I have taken one example of all the subject, that how can you be creative in all the subject. Let's take the example of maths first. How can we be creative in maths, or how can the child be creative with maths, right? This worksheet is an example of creativity. The teacher has given the simple example I am taking. Let's find out the sum of 2 and 5, right? And various example teacher has given that this way you can find out. You can find out the sum using your finger. You can find out the sum using your number line, the objects, or the mental maths, and so on. Now it's up to the child's creativity, that how the child is finding out the answer, in which way he is utilizing or she is utilizing to solve that problem. Let's come to the English subject. Okay, now before talking about creativity in English, I'll take you back when we were there in the school. When we were there in the school, our teachers also used to tell us the story. But did you remember how the teacher, हमको teachers कैसे बताते थे story? क्या होता था हमारे साथ? क्या होता था? Teacher used to open the book. The teacher used to tell the story to you, explain it to you, discuss it with you. Right, यही होता था, and फिर हमसे book open करवा के reading होती थी. But nowadays the teachers are very creative. They are telling the story into various ways just to make it interesting. One of the example is the puppet show. Yes, the teacher is doing the puppet show to make the child enjoy the story. And जब वो देखेगा, other than book, जब वो story puppet show form में देखेगा, तो वो उसके दिमाग में हमेशा रहेगी, है ना? come to the subject of Hindi. How can we be creative in Hindi? Again, take the example of us. जब हम क्वेश्चन पेपर सॉल्व करते थे या जब हमको कोई वर्कशीट मिलती थी जब हम स्कूल में थे, किस टाइप की वर्कशीट होती थी? प्रश्नों के उत्तर लिखो, शब्दार्थ लिखो, रिक्त स्थान भरो, इसी तरह के क्वेश्चंस हुआ करते थे, राइट? बट टीचर्स are creative in this. I have given the example of the worksheet here. See such a colorful worksheet with so many pictures. The child will love to do this worksheet. तो अभी ये creativity देख के मुझको तो लगता है कि why मैं पहले क्यों इतने जल्दी क्यों born हो गई, अब इस era 21st century में क्यों नहीं born हुई? Because education is so interesting nowadays, right? Okay, now let's talk about the other subject, that is art. Art itself is a very creative subject. If it is about drawing, we can show our creativity with colors. If it is about stage, if you are performing on the stage, you can be creative in your own roles, right? Okay, next is the music. Music, yes, music is a creative subject, but why it is always like this? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. क्यों ये एक ही रिदम शायद हमारे ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स के टाइम से चली आ रही है? क्यों? Why? Imagine करा आपने? Why can't we do this? कि just give the lyrics to the kids and ask them to create their own rhythm. उनकी creativity, उनकी rhythm. Right? Or we can even do this कि हम उनको rhythm दे दें and we can ask the child to create their own lyrics. That will be their creativity and they will enjoy that creativity more than this twinkle twinkle rhyme. So we can be creative in music also. Talking about physical activity, I have shown you an example of creativity in physical activity here also. Like suppose अगर हम जब ball का सोचते हैं, if we think about ball क्या सोचते हैं हम ball का? What can we do with the ball? Either we can play basketball, football, cricket, ठीक है ना? But how to be creative in that? Here also you can see the balls, but the balls are much bigger than in size, and it is softball. Softball. Now, what can the child do? See how they are enjoying this soft big balls. They can play with this ball in a various ways. They can balance it on their heads. They can balance it on the hands. They can show their creativity with this ball. So this is the best example. These are the best example of creativity. Now let's come to the third C, that is collaboration. Now what is, before talking about collaboration, फिर से मैं आपको ट्रेडिशनल क्लासरूम मेथोडोलॉजी की तरफ लेके जाना चाहती हूँ जहाँ हम लोग स्कूल में थे. Did you remember how we used to sit in the classroom? कैसे बैठते थे हम, one after other? And what kind of instruction हमको मिलते थे टीचर से हमारी? Pen drop silence, do not talk, don't peep in your friend's work, don't discuss with anybody, just listen to me. And hours we just sit and listen to the lectures, right? But this whole system is being changed now. One of the major changes is the sitting arrangement. Can you see the flipped classroom methodology on the screen? The sitting arrangement has been totally changed. It has been changed into conference pattern. Either the child is sitting in a circular way or in a square way, sitting facing each other. Why it happened? क्यों करा sitting arrangement change? क्या फर्क पड़ता है sitting arrangement change करने से? बहुत फर्क पड़ता है. Now in every school there is a flipped classroom methodology where the child need to discuss the task with their groups, with their friends. फ्रेंड्स के साथ डिस्कस करना है, ग्रुप्स के साथ डिस्कस करना है. ग्रुप्स ऑलवेज चेंजेस, ग्रुप्स हमेशा चेंज होते रहते हैं सो दैट द चाइल्ड कैन communicate and link with each and every child present in the class. So ये जो sitting arrangement है ये help करता है communicate करने में बच्चे को. They are sitting facing each other, they can talk, they can discuss, they can find out the solution. So this flipped classroom methodology helps them in doing all these things. This is what is collaboration all about in the classroom, right? Classroom में ये है collaboration. जब चाइल्ड एक ग्रुप में वर्क करता है, वो डिस्कस करता है, वो प्रॉब्लम या टास्क के बारे में डिस्कस करेगा, उसके इश्यूज रेस करेगा, सबके व्यूज लेगा एंड देन इमर्ज विथ वन सिंगल thing or one single solution. This is what a collaboration is. The last C is communication. As it is wisely said, only through communication can human life hold meaning. So true, na? बहुत सही है. Very true it is. जब तक communicate नहीं करेंगे, हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि सामने वाला क्या है, who he is, क्या फील कर रहा है, what he is thinking about, या फिर हम अपने आप को how can we express ourselves? Only through communication. So in the classroom also, communication is very important, very essential part of 21st century education system, which the child needs to communicate. अब वो system नहीं रहा कि चलो pin drop silent, just listen to me. No, the teachers are not like this now. The teachers are, they are allowing the child to communicate with each other. Maybe the communication can happen between themselves, between the kids, between their groups, between their friends, either in written form or in oral form. And one of the most important factor nowadays is communication with the teacher. Now, how does it help? पहले तो हम टीचर से बात करने जाते थे तो क्या होता था, टीचर कहती थी no 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 no, I'll talk to you afterwards, you just sit down and listen to me first, right? But now what happened is teacher want to communicate with the child, and even the kids are free to communicate with the teacher. Here the most essential part of communication is the teacher comes to know what is going on inside the child, what is going on in his mind, what is his issues, what are the problems and challenges that the child is facing. So communication is the most essential part of this 21st century education. Now let's come to the next skill, that is information literacy, media literacy, and technology literacy. We will take all these three literacy in detail. This is the best classroom example of which include all these three literacy. Let's come to the information literacy first. Before explaining you what is information literacy, मैं फिर से आपको वही पुरानी वाली लिटरेसी पे ले जाना चाहती हूँ. जब पहले एक लिटरेट पर्सन क्या होता था लिटरेट पर्सन? The person who know how to read, the person who know how to write, the person who know how to calculate. अगर उसे रीडिंग करना आती है, लिखना आता है, कैलकुलेट करना आता है, that means the person is literate. है ना? यही होता था ना लिटरेसी का मीनिंग. Then comes an era of computer literacy. एकदम से कंप्यूटर्स आ गए, टेक्नोलॉजी आ गई. जब हम शायद स्कूल में थे तभी ये वाला एरा आया था कि एकदम से टेक्नोलॉजी आ गई, कंप्यूटर्स आ गए. तो क्या उसमें एड ऑन हो गया कंप्यूटर लिटरेसी. कंप्यूटर लिटरेसी एट दैट टाइम इट वाज जस्ट पीसी ऑपरेशन. यस, कंप्यूटर को ऑपरेट करना आना चाहिए, ईमेल को आना चाहिए, एमएस वर्ड ऑपरेट करना आना चाहिए, जहां आपको वर्ड फाइल, एक्सेल फाइल और पावरपॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन बनाना, डेटाबेस एक्सेस, ग्रुप सॉफ्टवेयर आपको चलाना आना चाहिए था. दिस इज कंप्यूटर लिटरेसी. नाउ come to our information literacy. What is information literacy? Let's combine together both the literacy. The traditional literacy, that is read, write and calculate, plus this computer literacy. If we combine together, it forms information literacy with some special factor in it. Okay, so let's see about the information literacy. Computer literacy, yes, obviously one has to have a hang on computer literacy. Information finding, find out the information, then understanding the information. Whatever information you are getting, just you need to understand, analyze that information, and then value that information. You need to value. Yes, ये information हम कैसे value कर सकते हैं? Can I use this information in a positive way to change my life, to change the life of a society? This is to value the creation. Collaboration with others through communication. With this information, you need to collaborate with others. And how are you going to collaborate with others? With a communication. Without communication, you cannot collaborate. And then solve the problem or use that information for the benefit of your society. This is all about information literacy that is there in this 21st century education. Now, the next literacy is media literacy. Yes, there are various sources from where we get the information, from where we can get the news. It's from the newspaper or from the news channels, from the radio, from the social media sites. Google it and take the news. ठीक है, ये तो सबको आता है ना कि मीडिया लिटरेसी सबको आता है. तो व्हाट इज लिटरेसी इन दैट? मीडिया तो सब, न्यूज तो सब देख लेते हैं ना, न्यूज तो कोई भी, न्यूज़पेपर तो कोई भी पढ़ लेता है. तो लिटरेसी क्या है इसमें? तो लिटरेसी इज कि वॉट एवर इंफॉर्मेशन यू आर गेटिंग, वॉट एवर न्यूज यू आर गेटिंग, वेदर दैट न्यूज इज जेन्युइन और नॉट. वो न्यूज जेन्युइन है या नहीं है. द सोर्स फ्रॉम वेयर यू आर गेटिंग द न्यूज, whether that source is correct or not. This is media literacy. Nowadays what happened कि एक पोस्ट आता है सोशल मीडिया पे एंड सब उसको फॉलो करने लगते हैं, सब उसके ऊपर रिएक्ट करने लगते हैं विदाउट इवन एनालाइजिंग दैट वो इन्फॉर्मेशन जो सोशल मीडिया पे आई है वो करेक्ट है भी या नहीं है. सो हियर you have to be literate for that. This is media literacy. Just analyze that. Whatever news you're having, whether is it correct, whether it is genuine, whether the source is genuine, whether the source is correct or not. This is all about media literacy. Now let's come to a technology. Yes, technology plays a very vital role, very important role in this 21st century education system. Technology consists of different gadgets, whether it is mobile, tablet, laptop, iPad, or any of the gadget. It consists of various softwares and applications. Like nowadays, during the virtual classes, the kids are using and the teachers are using Zoom and everything. The StreamYard, how we are connected is with the help of a StreamYard. So all these things you have to have a hang on it. Okay, so this is all about technology literacy. Now let's come to the next skill, that is flip. Flip full form is flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skill. Yes, so let's take all this thing one by one. First of all, let's see what is flexibility. Flexibility क्या होती है? Can you think of an example? एक कोई भी example, कोई भी object के बारे में आप सोच सकते हैं जो flexible हो? Let me tell you, rubber band. आप जितना स्ट्रेच करेंगे उसे वो स्ट्रेच होगी, आप छोड़ देंगे वो वापस अपने फॉर्म में आ जाएगी. दिस इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी. द पर्सन हैज टू बी लाइक दिस. अभी कोविड-19 इज स्ट्रेचिंग अस टू आवर लिमिट्स. हमको हमारे लिमिट्स तक वो स्ट्रेच कर रहा है एंड वी आर इन अ ट्रेमेंडस प्रेशर. और जो ये प्रेशर झेल लेंगे, दे विल सर्वाइव एंड दे विल ग्रो. Right? This is the flexibility. आपको flexible because the future is never be planned. आपको नहीं पता कि क्या आने वाला है. You need to adapt the situation. जो भी situation है, जो भी reality testing test है, you need to adapt that and solve the problem. This is the best example of flexibility. Right? Now let's come. Next is the leadership. So it is well said that you inspire people not by showing them how amazing you are, but by showing them how amazing they are. So nice, na? बहुत true है ये. You cannot always say मैं इतना अच्छा, मुझे ये सब आता है, मैं ये कर सकता हूँ. You cannot do that. Now think about the classroom. If you think about the classroom, who is the leader in the classroom? Obviously, the main leader is the teacher. Now, the teacher cannot always say, I'm a very good teacher, I'm a very efficient teacher. कुछ नहीं होगा उससे. How he need to, the teacher need to show his efficiency. in the kids. When the kids will progress, when the kids will grow, when the kids will learn. So the creativity, the positive thing is being shown with the help of a kids of the teacher. So this is the best example, and some qualities the leader has to possess within himself or herself. The qualities are, first of all, teamwork. Second is motivation. Yes, everyone need a motivation. Competence, skills, responsibility. You have to be responsible enough. Communication, power, and support. These are the qualities of a perfect leader, and each and every teacher needs to possess this quality and then transfer this quality into the kids, so that each and every child of your classroom become a leader, possess a leadership quality in them. Next is initiative. Now, initiative कैसे लिया जाए? How to take initiative? हाँ, initiative is self direction. आप खुद ले सकते हैं initiative. आपको कोई बोल नहीं सकता कि आप initiative लीजिए. Now there are 3 components of initiative, that is manage goals and time. One of the example is, I am sitting in front of you, sharing my views with you. I know my goal that I have. जो भी मेरा experience है, जो भी मेरे views हैं about 21st century education world, वो मुझे आपको impart करना है, आपको बताना है, आपसे discuss करना है in a particular given time of 1 hour. So I know my goals and I know my time limit. This is the best example. Work independently. Every person has to be independent. With collaboration, आपको independently भी survive करना है. So work independently. Be self-directed learners. Now, again, if I'll give the example of this particular session, why you people are sitting in front and listening to me? Why? Because you are self-directed learners. आपको learn करना था. आपने way find out किया from where to learn. Okay, just go to Global Education Institute and see what is going live in that. And you're learning now. You are a self-directed learner, that means. Okay, now let's come to the next one, that is the productivity. Now, how to be productive for this society? How can we be productive for this society, for this world? How the child can be productive? How the teacher can be productive? The ultimate guide of being productive is develop a good mindset. Yes, before starting any work, you need to develop a good mindset with you. कि मुझे एक पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट में, एक पॉजिटिव एटमॉस्फेयर में अपना वर्क शुरू करना. Set your goals before starting a work. Before, let's take an example of the virtual classroom. अगर टीचर को कोई virtual classroom लेनी है, so before starting a virtual classroom, टीचर को अपने माइंड में अपना गोल सेट कर लेना है कि this I am going to take it in my virtual classroom. मेरा ये ऑब्जेक्टिव होगा, मेरा ये गोल होगा अपने वर्चुअल क्लासरूम में. बी ऑर्गेनाइज फॉर अ टीचर. लेट्स सी, अगर टीचर के पर्सपेक्टिव से हम सोचें तो यू हैव टू बी ऑर्गेनाइज. प्रॉप्स हैज टू बी रेडी, द टीचिंग इक्विपमेंट हैज टू बी रेडी, वॉट एवर यू आर यूजिंग व्हाइल योर लेसन प्लान, इट हैज टू बी रेडी बिफोर हैंड. This is organization from the teacher side. Be organized. If we'll take on a child's perspective, जो भी टीचर ने आपको प्लान दिया है, जो बताया है, वो करवाएंगी. The books has to be ready. आपके पास books होना चाहिए, a pencil, a pen, any activity if you're doing, then the objects related to that activity has to be ready on your table. This is the best example of organize. Next is plan and prioritize. Beforehand, before taking a plan, you need to plan it out कि आपको क्या किस तरह से conduct करना है lesson को. You cannot just sit in front and talk randomly, right? You need to follow the particular approach. The plan has to be ready beforehand, before taking the classroom. Fifth is perfect working condition. Yes, the condition has to be perfect. Nowadays, what is happening, what I am noticing being a teacher is, whenever I am taking the class, some of the kids are just sitting and the whole family members are roaming around the kid. They are chatting with each other, the siblings are playing, the television is on. Is it a perfect working condition for the teacher or for the child, your child, to learn? No, it's not a perfect condition. For that, even for the teacher also, the teacher need to choose a particular space where no disturbance is there, where no one can disturb you. You can conduct the 1 hour or half an hour class in a proper way. The same applies to the kid also, the parent who are attending this session. उनको भी ये चीज समझना चाहिए कि हमको डिस्ट्रैक्ट नहीं करना है बच्चे को पढ़ रहा है बच्चा, तो you need to create a perfect atmosphere at home only, right? So this is perfect working condition all about. Sixth is focus and remove distraction. Yes, you need to focus what is being taught and remove all the distraction. Develop routine habit. So you need to develop a routine habit. Nowadays, what is happening because of this pandemic? So many people are working from home. They are not going to the offices. The kids are not going to the school. The teachers are not going to their schools. So they are working from home. So what I am noticing, what is happening usually is the kids, बच्चे जो हैं लेट सोना स्टार्ट कर दिया, लेट उठ रहे हैं, अपना खुद ही रूटीन बना रहे हैं, चेंज कर रहे हैं, कोई रूटीन ही नहीं है. नो रूटीन फॉर द लंच, डिनर सब चेंज हो गया है. बट नो, दिस इज नॉट, बिकॉज यू नो व्हाट, ये कहीं ना कहीं तो स्टॉप होगा. अगेन वी विल कम बैक टू द सेम लाइफ, जहां बच्चे को स्कूल जाना है, हमको ऑफिस जाना है, मम्मा को स्कूल्स जाना है, ऑफिसेस जाना है. You need to follow the same routine. तो why to disturb the routine? You need to develop the same routine जो आप पहले adopt करते थे. अगर नहीं भी adopt करते थे, so this is the best time to develop a routine and habits. Okay. Now the next skill is social skill. What is social skill for the kid? Social skill for a kid is be respectful towards the elders. 3 magical words, that is please, thank you and sorry. Yes, for the adults there are many social skill, even for the kids also. Accepting differences. Yes, the kids are working, studying with their friends. They all are different. सब हमारी तरह नहीं है. Even the teachers are working with the colleagues and parent. So सब अलग हैं, सब हमारी तरह नहीं है. You need to learn how to accept the differences. Asking for help, you can always ask for a help. Communicating clearly. Yes, you need to communicate yourself clearly so that कोई misunderstanding ना हो. Complimenting others. किसको नहीं पसंद है compliment, right? Everybody loves the compliment. So complimenting others. Disagreeing politely. Yes, you can disagree. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको अग्री ही करना है. You can disagree. Then encouraging others. Yes, you have to encourage others. Listening actively. Whatever the teacher is saying or whatever during the conference for the teachers and all, we have to listen actively. Participating equally. Resolving conflicts. Major social issue nowadays. The people, even the mature people, doesn't resolve the conflicts. So वो conflicts बढ़ते इतना बढ़ जाता है कि वो resolve हो ही नहीं पाता. तो सबसे पहले हमें अपने बच्चे को भी सिखाना है और हमको भी सीखना है कि then and there just resolve the conflicts. Then sharing materials, staying on task, taking turns, taking risk, using quiet voices, waiting patiently. Yes, you need to wait for your turn patiently. Now, why do we need 21st century skill? Now, why this 21st century skills are needed? You know, today, because of this rapid economic and social change, school have to prepare students for jobs. बहुत सारे changes एकदम से आ रहे हैं और आते रहेंगे. So we need to prepare our kids for these changes, for the jobs that have not yet been created, for the technology that not have yet been invented, and for the problems that we don't yet know will arise. The same thing, अभी हमको नया सेशन जब स्टार्ट होने वाला था मार्च में, हमको पता था कि ऐसा होगा हमारा नया सेशन या ये होगा हमारे नए सेशन में? नो, नॉट एट ऑल, हमको नहीं पता था, right? So but this problem all of a sudden arise, so we need to prepare a child for the problem जो all of a sudden आना है. So for this, all these things we need a 21st century skills. Now talking about the most essential part of the 21st century education system is the technology. आप लोग इमेजिन कर सकते हैं अगर अभी टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं होती तो हमारे बच्चे की ग्रोथ का क्या होता? रुक जाती, स्टॉप हो जाती. जहां था हमारा बच्चा पूरा साल, मे बी द होल ईयर, वो 0 ईयर हो जाता कन्वर्ट, राइट? इट्स जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस टेक्नोलॉजी दैट द टीचर इज कमिंग टू योर होम फॉर टीचिंग अ चाइल्ड. आपके घर आके पढ़ा रही है थ्रू दिस टेक्नोलॉजी, एंड हर बच्चा टीचर के घर जा रहा है विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ वर्चुअल क्लास. आपने कभी सोचा इस बारे में? द स्प्रेड ऑफ कोविड-19 पेंडेमिक हैज रिजल्टेड इन स्कूल क्लोजिंग. ऑब्वियसली जब कोविड जैसे ही स्टार्ट हुआ, क्या हुआ? सबसे पहला रिएक्शन क्या था? स्कूल्स आर शट डाउन एंड अ ग्लोबल इंक्रीज इन टेक्नोलॉजी. क्या हुआ? टेक्नोलॉजी ने स्कूल्स का रोल अडेप्ट कर लिया, अडेप्टेशन, राइट? सो टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं होती तो 0 ईयर, कोई बच्चा पढ़ ही नहीं पाता, बच्चे की ग्रोथ ही नहीं हो पाती. तो दिस हैज हाईलाइटेड मे बी चेंज द रोल ऑफ अ टेक्नोलॉजी इन एजुकेशन. सो ये जो पूरा चेंज आया है अभी इस पेंडेमिक में, इस एजुकेशन सिस्टम में, वी आर अडेप्टिंग द टेक्नोलॉजी, वी ऑल आर लर्निंग द न्यू स्किल्स, द न्यू सिस्टम. ये जब, बिलीव मी, जब हम पुराने अपने एक फेज में वापस जाएंगे, कभी ना कभी कोरोना खत्म होना है, मे बी नॉट दिस ईयर, मे बी इन 22 और 21, राइट? ये खत्म तो होना है ये फेज. जब खत्म होगा तो जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट कि आपका वर्जन क्या होगा उस टाइम. यू हैव लर्न सो मेनी न्यू थिंग्स टिल देन. वो चैलेंजेस जो आपको ये पेंडेमिक दे रहा है, उसने आपको कितनी चीजें सिखाई हैं, एंड देन विथ योर न्यू वर्जन यू विल ग्रो. दिस इज द पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द 21st सेंचुरी एजुकेशन सिस्टम, जो आपको एजुकेशन में भी फॉलो करना है, जो आपको ये पॉजिटिविटी अपने बच्चे को भी देना है. ठीक है? नाउ there are certain tools that are required for the virtual classroom. I'm talking about 21st century skills, 21st century education system के skills हमने देख लिए one by one. We know now what all skills are required. But one of the thing is how to take those skills now through the virtual classes. Obviously, अभी तो आप virtual classes से ही ले सकते हैं. What are the things that are required for the virtual classes? कैसे लेंगे हम वर्चुअल क्लासेस? द थिंग्स दैट आर रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द वर्चुअल क्लासेस इज अगेन कंप्यूटर, टैबलेट और एनी ऑफ द गैजेट. अ स्टेबल इंटरनेट कनेक्शन is needed, a pair of headphones is required, and a group video chat software like Zoom. Nowadays the most of the school are using Zoom for their virtual classroom. Microsoft, Google apps are also being used in virtual classes. How we are connected with each other through Facebook with the help of a StreamYard, right? So these are the example of the software. Now there has to be certain rule. जैसे हम classroom में rules बनाते हैं अपने के, okay, this we need to follow certain rules. Here also for virtual classes there are certain rules जो आपको classroom से conduct करने से पहले ही अपने बच्चों को explain करना है. So what are the ground rules for the online classes? No chat while teaching. Teacher is talking. जब टीचर बात कर रही है, child need to keep quiet. Okay? Be on time. You have to be on time. Your learning spot. As I said, no disturbance at all. So your learning spot has to be in the manner where no disturbance is there at all, so that child जो है focus कर सके. Mute yourself. You need to tell your kids to mute yourself first before talking. Turn on video for the eye-to-eye contact. Be prepared. The child as well as the teachers need to be prepared beforehand. Adults need to be present. What is the use of adults here on the for the online classes? The use is to operate the gadget, to not prompt the answers. This आपको ये चीज पेरेंट को समझानी पड़ेगी, एंड पेरेंट दोज हु आर अटेंडिंग, आपको ये चीज समझनी पड़ेगी कि आप वहां इसलिए नहीं बैठे कि आप बच्चे को प्रॉम्प्ट करें आंसर, आप वहां इसलिए हैं टू ऑपरेट द गैजेट, राइट? Raise your hand whenever a child want to talk. वो unmute ना करे. He or she just need to raise the hand. The teacher उसका red hand raise जब देखे तो just call out the name and ask what is the issue. Last but not least, be respectful. You need to be respectful. टीचर को रिस्पेक्टफुल रहना है अपने बच्चे के लिए, पेरेंट के लिए, एंड सेम वाइस वर्सा. Child need to be respectful for the teacher. The parent need to be respectful for the teacher. So this is all about the 21st century skill. Prerna? This is all about 21st century education system, which we need to adopt in this pandemic, which will change your life, your way of teaching drastically. Now over to Prerna. Prerna, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Actually, there is a lot of internet connectivity issue, so I was just disconnected. So I think your session was very productive, very informative. Everything was cleared step by step, and so many people joined us. I will just go through the comments. As you can see.
Oh, wow. That's great.
So I think people really enjoyed the session. It was indeed a very informative one, and everything was explained nicely. I hope ये maximum लोगों तक पहुँचे, और and those of you who are watching, please इसको share करें maximum अपने friends के साथ, अपने friend circle पे, so that उनको ये सारी tips मालूम चल सके and they can go ahead. So I think very nice, ma'am. We have one question coming here, I think. Please give some more examples to show creativity in maths for primary class.
Okay. Maths example is for the primary classes. You can take the example of maybe the story sums, right? How can you be creative in story sums? Story sums can be explained with the help of a pictures also. You can give any picture where lot many people are sitting. I'm just giving you the example where the party is going on, where the story you can narrate that there is a party of a boy where the friends are there. Can you see the balloons? Can you count the balloons? Can you see how many plates are there on the table? Can you count the table? How many people are sitting on the chair? Count the people. Then you can always ask, okay, now how many chairs are empty, right? So you can create so many math sums with the help of this story. You can always ask, count the balloon, add the balloon. How many pink balloons are there? How many white balloons are there? Now, what is the how many total balloons are there? So this is the story sum, right? Then the next thing is you can always in the same way, so many examples, so many sums you can create with the help of this one particular story. This is the creativity. हमने कभी story sum story के form में नहीं करे. हमको हमेशा रिटन फॉर्म में वो सम्स मिले, बट आप हमेशा स्टोरी फॉर्म में वो सम्स कर सकते हैं. नरेट अ स्टोरी टू द किड एंड ऑलवेज आस्क हाउ मेनी मेंबर्स आर देयर, हाउ मेनी फ्रेंड्स आर देयर. Okay, if we include a birthday boy, then what is the total number? If we exclude a birthday boy, how many members are there? So subtraction and addition, both the story sums can be done in this way. Hope I have answered the question clearly.
Yes, ma'am. And we have people saying that please arrange some more webinar of Shazia ma'am. It's a special request from Miss Mona Gupta.
Thank you, Mona. Thank you
So
so
we
much.
even have people from Orissa, and indeed it was a good session, very informative.
Thank you so much.
So I think it. Thank you so much for this wonderful time of yours, for giving us your time, precious time, and keep sharing. I would request everyone so that we can
Yeah,
make others aware with
thank
these
you so much, Prerna.
beautiful,
Thank you
amazing
so
tips.
much for giving me this opportunity. And thank you to all the viewers and for the lovely comments that I have got. Thank you so very much for all the appreciation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks to everybody. Take care.